Have you ever thought you were doing everything right for your kidneys, drinking plenty of water, cutting down on salt, yet somehow your blood tests keep getting worse? You're not alone. Every year, millions of Americans develop kidney problems without ever realizing it until it's almost too late. Because the truth is, kidney disease doesn't knock on your door with pain or warning signs. It creeps in silently day after day through the very things you sip without thinking. Now, here's the part that shocks most people. Even when you think you're staying hydrated, you might actually be feeding the problem. One wrong drink choice repeated daily can quietly push your kidneys toward exhaustion, while the right one can help them recover, regenerate, and flush out years of hidden waste. That's the thin line between slow decline and long-term health, and most people don't even know it exists. But don't panic, there's good news. I'm Dr. Johnny, and today I'll walk you through 5 simple yet powerful drinks that can literally transform how your kidneys function. Each one is backed by real science, tested in clinical studies, and proven to protect your body's most loyal filtration system. Stay with me until the end, because by the time you finish this video, you'll know exactly what to pour into your glass every single day and what to stop drinking before it's too late. You know, for years, people have been told to stay away from coffee, especially if they have kidney issues. It'll raise your blood pressure, it'll dehydrate you, it's bad for your heart. You've probably heard it all. But here's the twist that turns that old advice upside down. Modern science says the opposite might be true. Let me tell you about Robert, one of my longtime patients. He's 68, retired, and swore he'd never touch coffee again after reading an old magazine headline that said it was toxic for your kidneys. For almost a decade, he replaced his morning brew with fruit juice and herbal drinks. When his blood work came back with higher creatinine and rising blood sugar, he was shocked. The culprit: all that healthy juice loaded with natural sugar. So I asked him to try something different. 1 small cup of black coffee every morning. No sugar, no cream, just pure roasted beans and hot water. Within months, not only did his blood sugar stabilize, but his GFR, the key marker of kidney function, actually improved. And Robert's story isn't a coincidence. A large-scale study published in the Kidney International Reports found that people who drank 1 to 2 cups of black coffee daily had up to a 23% lower risk of developing chronic kidney disease compared to non-coffee drinkers. That's not caffeine magic. It's the polyphenols, antioxidants, and chlorogenic acids inside coffee that help reduce inflammation and protect blood vessels around your kidneys. Now, I'm not saying you should start downing 5 cups a day. Balance matters. Too much caffeine can still stress your system, especially if you're sensitive to it. But if you can enjoy 1 small mindful cup of black coffee each morning, you're not just waking up your brain, you're giving your kidneys a small daily tune-up. And here's the best part: you can make this ritual meditative. Slow down, inhale the aroma, take that first warm sip, and remind yourself this isn't just coffee, it's kidney protection in a cup. But just knowing this isn't enough, because what you drink after that cup of coffee could either enhance the benefit or silently undo it all. And that's where the next drink comes in, something ancient, soothing, and far more powerful than most people realize. You might think nothing could follow coffee's energy, but what if there was a drink that did the opposite, one that doesn't wake you up but centers you? That's where green tea comes in. It's ancient, it's elegant, and it's one of the simplest ways to support your kidneys without a single pill or supplement. I'll never forget a woman named Margaret. She was 72, a retired teacher who'd spent years fighting constant fatigue and swelling in her ankles. Every afternoon, she'd reach for diet soda, thinking at least it's sugar-free. But after a few months, her blood pressure crept up, and her doctor warned her kidneys were struggling. When she switched her daily soda for 1 cup of warm green tea, something remarkable happened. Within 6 weeks, her swelling reduced, her blood pressure normalized, and she said she finally felt peaceful energy instead of the jittery rush she used to get. And there's a reason for that. Green tea is packed with catechins and polyphenols, powerful plant compounds that help lower oxidative stress and protect the fragile blood vessels in your kidneys. A 2022 review in the Nutrients Journal found that regular green tea drinkers had significantly lower markers of kidney inflammation and improved filtration rates compared to non-tea drinkers. Think of it as an antioxidant rinse for your kidneys, gentle, consistent, and surprisingly powerful over time. But it's not just science, it's also ritual. When you prepare green tea correctly using water, around 170 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and steeping for just 2 to 3 minutes, you get this smooth, clean taste that feels like a deep breath for your body. It's not just a drink. It's a moment of pause, of connection, of healing. And trust me, your kidneys love moments of calm more than chaos. So the next time stress pushes you toward another cup of coffee or a can of soda, stop for a second and think maybe what your body really needs isn't more energy but more balance. And that's exactly what a single cup of green tea can give you. But only knowing this isn't enough, because there's another drink, deep red, earthy, and often misunderstood, that can either lower your blood pressure naturally or silently overload your kidneys with danger if you're not careful. And that's where things start to get interesting. So after the gentle calm of green tea, let's turn to something far bolder, the drink that looks like liquid fire in a glass beet juice. It's rich, vibrant, and powerful enough to change the color of your smoothie, and sometimes even your urine. But here's the part most people don't realize: this drink can be both a miracle and a minefield for your kidneys, depending on how you use it. A few months ago, one of my patients, Kevin, 64 years old, came to me proud of his new detox routine. Every morning he blended 2 raw beets with apples and ginger. His blood pressure dropped beautifully, but then his lab results showed his potassium levels skyrocketing. His kidneys were working overtime, trying to clear the excess. The same drink that was helping his heart was now stressing his kidneys. Why? Because beets are packed with natural nitrates that the body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels and improves blood flow, great for lowering blood pressure and boosting oxygen delivery. A study in the Hypertension Journal found that drinking beet juice daily can reduce systolic blood pressure by up to 7 mmHg within just a week. That's incredible cardiovascular support, but the same beets also contain high potassium, and if your kidneys already struggle to filter it out, that mineral can build up quickly, leading to fatigue, muscle weakness, and even dangerous heart rhythms. That's why moderation and timing matter. For most healthy adults, half a glass, around 4 ounces a few times a week, is the sweet spot. Pair it with hydration, not sugar-loaded fruit blends. And if you're managing kidney disease or taking medication that affects potassium, always test your blood levels before making beet juice a daily habit. Your doctor or a nephrologist like me can help you strike that balance. Still, when used wisely, beet juice is like a natural tune-up for your circulation. It delivers oxygen, supports blood flow, and helps your kidneys by easing the pressure inside those tiny filtering vessels. It's nature's way of saying strength through color. But only knowing this isn't enough, because even if you master the power of beet juice, the craving for fizz can pull you right back toward the very drinks that damage your kidneys over time. And that's where our next stop gets truly surprising. After something as earthy and intense as beet juice, most people crave one thing: that's satisfying fizz. The bubbles, the sparkle, the sound when you open the can, it's addictive. But here's the catch: the same fizz that feels refreshing can quietly become your kidney's worst nightmare if it comes from the wrong source. Let me tell you about Linda. She's 59, a bubbly personality pun intended, who loved her diet sodas. She believed the word zero meant safe. 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 guilt. But her blood tests told another story. Her kidney filtration rate dropped nearly 20% over 2 years, and she couldn't understand why. When we dug deeper, we found the culprit wasn't sugar. It was the artificial sweeteners and the high phosphorus acids used to preserve those drinks. They were corroding her kidneys from the inside out, sip by sip. So I asked her to make one tiny swap: replace every soda with a glass of plain seltzer water. No sugar, no sweeteners, no phosphorus additives. Within months, her kidney numbers stabilized and her constant bloating disappeared. Sometimes healing starts not with a new medicine, but by subtracting the things that quietly harm you. And science agrees. A study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that frequent soda consumption, diet or regular, is linked to a 2-fold increase in the risk of chronic kidney disease. In contrast, sparkling water without additives showed no negative impact on kidney function. In fact, when combined with a squeeze of fresh lemon or orange, it can even help you hydrate better by making plain water more enjoyable. So if you're hooked on the bubbles, don't fight it, redirect it. Add a slice of cucumber, a few mint leaves, or a dash of citrus to your seltzer, and you've got something crisp, hydrating, and kidney-friendly. You'll still get the sparkle you crave, but none of the damage you fear. But only knowing this isn't enough because while Seltzer helps you quit the dangerous stuff, there's one final drink that decides everything. It's simple, it's ancient, and yet it's the one most people overlook until it's almost too late. And trust me, you'll want to hear this last one because it could literally save your kidneys. After all the fancy drinks, colorful juices, and sparkling bubbles, the real hero isn't in a bottle, a can, or a fancy label. It's the simplest one, the one most of us take for granted every single day: pure water. I remember Thomas, a 70-year-old retired engineer, who came to me tired, dizzy, and constantly complaining that his energy tank was empty. He drank plenty of fluids, or so he thought. When I asked what fluids meant, he smiled and said, "Oh, coffee in the morning, diet soda at lunch, and iced tea at dinner. Not a single glass of plain water." His body was running on caffeine and chemicals, not hydration. Once we replaced just half of those drinks with water, slowly, one glass at a time, his blood pressure dropped, his creatinine levels improved, and that constant fatigue started to fade. And there's solid science behind it. Researchers from the National Kidney Foundation found that adults who drink enough water to produce about 2 liters of urine per day are significantly less likely to develop chronic kidney disease. Why? Because every time you drink water, you're giving your kidneys the fuel they need to flush out toxins, balance electrolytes, and regulate blood pressure. Water isn't just a drink, it's your kidneys' full-time cleaning crew. Think of it this way: your kidneys filter around 50 gallons of blood every single day. They never rest. And like any hardworking filter, they need a steady flow to function properly. When you don't drink enough waste products, build up your blood, thickens, and your kidneys start to suffer in silence. But when you stay hydrated consistently, not just once in a while, it's like giving your kidneys a cool, steady river to work with instead of a muddy puddle. The trick is to build a rhythm, not a rule. You don't have to drown yourself in gallons. Just start with a glass in the morning when you wake up, one before each meal, and one before bed. Add a slice of lemon, a pinch of pink salt, or a few cucumber slices if that helps you enjoy it. Your kidneys don't need fancy, they need consistency. But only knowing this isn't enough, because even with the right drinks, one daily mistake can silently undo all your progress. It's the hidden habit almost every kidney patient ignores. And in the final part of this video, I'll show you exactly what that is and how to fix it before it's too late. Trust me, you don't want to miss this last part. So after everything we've talked about today, I want you to take one deep breath and realize something powerful. Your kidneys have been there for you every single day of your life, quietly, faithfully filtering every drop of blood that keeps you alive. They never complain, they never rest, and most of the time, we don't even thank them. But tonight, you can change that, because now you know the truth. Protecting your kidneys isn't about chasing the latest miracle pill or some overnight detox trend. It's about making the right choices in the smallest moments: what you pour into your cup, what you reach for when you're thirsty, what you choose to give your body instead of what convenience offers you. Maybe for you, it starts tomorrow morning with that first sip of black coffee, strong, simple, real. Or maybe it's that calming cup of green tea that tells your body it's okay. You can slow down now. Maybe it's the deep crimson glass of beet juice that boosts your circulation and wakes up your heart. Or maybe it's the quiet fizz of seltzer water reminding you that you can still have sparkle without the sugar crash. And of course, maybe and hopefully it's that tall glass of pure clean water waiting patiently to become your body's greatest ally again. Every one of those choices is a thank you note to your kidneys. Every one is a signal to your body that you're choosing health, not habit. Because the truth is, healing doesn't come from one grand gesture, it comes from 1,000 small, consistent ones. I've seen it with my own eyes. Robert, who rediscovered energy after years of fatigue once he switched back to black coffee. Margaret, who found peace in her cup of green tea after giving up diet sodas. Kevin, who learned to balance beet juice instead of overloading his system. Linda, who swapped her cans of cola for seltzer and saw her kidney numbers bounce back. And Thomas, who thought water was boring until he realized it was the very thing keeping him alive. Their results weren't luck. They were the outcome of awareness, intention, and care. And if they can do it, so can you. So before you scroll away, I want to leave you with this. Your kidneys are fighting for you every minute. Will you start fighting for them? If this message resonated with you even a little, don't let it stop here. Save this video so you can come back to it whenever you need a reminder to stay on track. Share it with someone you love, your partner, your parents, your best friend. Because the truth is, most people don't realize they're damaging their kidneys until it's almost too late. One share could literally change a life. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and join our growing community of people who refuse to settle for decline. Here every week, we dive deep into science-backed practical ways to protect your body from kidney health, to hormone balance, to men's vitality and healthy aging. Because no one should have to guess when it comes to their health. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 drinks will you start with today? Will it be that morning coffee, that cup of tea, or that simple glass of water sitting right next to you? Tell me in the comments below. I read every story, every struggle, and every success you share because your journey matters and your words inspire others more than you realize. And if you're watching this late at night, maybe lying awake, thinking about your test results, or worrying about your next doctor's visit, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not your diagnosis. You are not your numbers. You are a living system built to heal if you give yourself the right tools, the right mindset, and the right care. So here's my challenge to you tonight. Before you go to bed, pour yourself a glass of water. Drink it slowly. Feel it move through you. That simple act is a promise to your kidneys and a promise to yourself that from this moment on, you're choosing awareness over autopilot prevention, over regret, and healing over fear. Because the truth is, your health story isn't written yet. You get to write the next chapter, and it starts with one small sip. I'm Dr. Johnny, and if this video helped you see your health in a new way, make sure to like it, subscribe, and tap that little bell so you never miss what's next. Stay hydrated, stay hopeful, and as always, stay strong. We'll talk again soon. Until then, take care of your kidneys, and they'll take care of you.